Enough time has passed. What's up, guys? I'm here, and here we are doing a breakdown / live reaction and review to Chapter 31 of Kagurabachi, which is known as It's Just Barely Off Screen. It is legit just barely off screen. But we got a whole lot to talk about in so little time. So let's not waste any more time, and let's hop right into it. Ending me. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do happen to come here. Have it on me and keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact, Kagurabachi. You know. Like, everyone's heard of this manga from the memes in particular that arose when it first got leaked. I initially just took it for a meme. I read the first couple chapters, but it didn't really, like, stick with me. It didn't really hit in any certain way, shape, and or form. So I was a little bit iffy. I've gotten enough requests. I got a certain donation. So, like, it's time. It's time. I'll add it to the roster. I caught up today, so don't be shocked if I don't have all the names memorized. But I know the general plot, I know the general scheme. I'm very excited, so let's actually hop right into Kagurabachi, Chapter 31, Greeting. And this is crazy. Let's see. What kind of voice do I give this guy? This is crazy. This is for new series. This is a whole new voice cast I gotta make up on the fly. Hold on. You've really grown up. So this is one of the individuals that's responsible for the slaughter of Chihiro's father. Alright. Well, the leader. Not even one of the individuals. He's the leader, apparently. But I don't buy it. Just in the same way I didn't buy Soga end up being anything more important than, like, an early game boss. I don't buy that this guy's actually the leader. I mean, especially since Chihiro doesn't recognize him. Like, he doesn't have any idea who this guy is. He just recognizes the mark on his hand. But I'm intrigued. You've really grown up. Chihiro, Rokuhira. Look at him tweak out. Look at him tweak out a little bit. I'll admit, I'm very interested with the angle that they're taking Chihiro and the idea of his darkness in particular. Notably, the main character on a revenge plot in order to gather the many MacGuffins to avenge their family member. Like, it's not the craziest or the freshest plot, but I like how they're doing it with Chihiro. And, like, how his darkness is balanced out with a truly altruistic ideal. But that altruistic ideal is so deeply steeped in the darkness that he has no choice but to dive in it himself. It's a contrast. And those contrasts work really, really well. So honestly, I'm leaning with it. I'm rocking with it. So let's see what goes on here. That scar. Alright, let's see him cook. So this is flashback, presumably. Yup. Why didn't they just take the boxes, though? I still get, like, is it just the disrespect? Like, why'd you have to destroy the boxes, my G? Like, they were stable. Like, well, unless they were booby trapped or something. Like, maybe, I understand that the Shinichi is still in its box, so maybe that one, like, was legit sealed away. Or maybe that's something to do with, like, the eternal contract that's put on it. But that's the only box that they didn't, like, ravage. Like, you could have just taken them. Let's see. Hands up, wave it. Oh, shoot. Okay. Okay, move a bit devious then, Chihiro. The small group of elite sorcerers has been active for 4 years now. Grown up. He wasn't there at the time, but he's one of them. Okay. You're from the Hisaku, aren't you? What are you after? How many are there? Why are you here? He's good, but look, once again, it's that balance. He's clearly feeling something right now. He's feeling a little bit of that negativity, a little bit of anger, a little bit of hatred. But at the same time, he's like, I still gotta gather this information. I still gotta lock in. I'm surprised you can maintain your composure enough to interrogate me right now. Oh, okay. Oh, shoot. This is a chapter I read. I'm going to say, I think I'm complaining. So I did accidentally read, because I was just binging through the entire manga today. So I think I actually did read this chapter. So this is just a plain review. This isn't really a live reaction. But yes, this is the leader of the Hisaku, which is, or Hishaku. However you call it. Regardless, this is the leader, which is still crazy to think about. I don't buy it, though. I really don't buy it. Something's got to be up, because why does he show up now? Like, I don't fully get it. Why does he show up now? I'm responsible for the slaughter of your father. Just to drop, but once again, that's a good way to do it, though. If you are gonna drop in early game boss, let them talk. They talk. Let them talk. If you're gonna show off the final boss right now, let them talk their talk. Then let them get active. Against the MC. Especially all the MCs in such like a low power state. But to be fair, they did defeat Soga, but Soga Once again, he was a stepping stone, but let's see. Huh? I only speak when I feel like it. Stop with this pointless nonsense. And just try to slaughter me. Bro's really like, man, I couldn't care less. Let's just run this fade real quick. But let's see. He doesn't have a weapon on him. Or at least he doesn't look like one. Wait a second. Oh, shoot. Broski hit him with the... He said, hold on. Let's see how that jaw look. Clocked him. Smooth. Ooh, the motion. The motion's immaculate. He moving low-key like Sheba does. Ooh, but I'll admit, I wasn't really expecting Cloud Gouger to get another appearance, but I'm really liking the way that Chihiro's using it. Like, especially considering he's more so using it exclusively for the speed perks. He hasn't used Mei or the water. Like, he's very specifically been sticking to... Well, no, Mei is the lightning. But he hasn't really used the ice or the water. He's very specifically sticking to the lightning to amp his speed. And considering he's sort of, like, dove deeper into the Speedster archetype, it makes sense that he relies on that. And I would like to imagine that the reason he's so exclusively tied to Mei, in particular, is because that was, like, the biggest challenge he faced from Cloud Gouger. Obviously, the ice and the water were annoying when he fought Soga, but in particular, it was Mei that caused him the most problems. That's what put him in the hospital for the first time. Let's see. Oh, ooh, but that's so... Once again, I do like how they establish how powerful this guy is. Like, he just casually... not even looking at Broski. He just like, boy, if you don't get your filthy hand... That's that motion. That's that motion. Boom! Kick right back. The leader of the Isaku? There's less output than before. Is it losing power now that it's broken? Or is it because you just started using it? No. Maybe it's both. I'm still interested with the whole idea of the broken blades. Like, can he like... Well, clearly he didn't. When he had N10 with him, he didn't end up, like, fusing them together or anything. We know he was originally trying to become a blacksmith, just like his dad. But in this case, I'm not exactly sure, like, what Cloud Gouger's role is now. Can he, like, assume the blade into himself? At least take some of its properties? Or maybe, like, fuse it into N10 after he awakens? I don't know. It's interesting. The idea that the blades will ultimately end up being destroyed. That's, like, a little arc that's kind of been set up so far, especially with the only surviving member of the Cloud Gouger task force. The idea that the blades themselves are just, like, sources of misery. So, in fact, Chihiro's objective may not be just to gather them, but to actually destroy them all. That's an interesting shift on it. I wonder how that's going to evolve, though. That's gonna be an interesting spot, but let's see. He took all that into consideration and didn't even use magic. At your current level, it's going to be tough for you to break free. He's strong. Well, yeah, if he's the leader of the Hisaku, bruh. Like, if you know, obviously the Pops wasn't particularly, like, a powerful warrior. He was a blacksmith. But still, dog, what you really expect? You thought that he was gonna be something light? Let's see. Stay still. Our items are about to go on auction. We don't want anyone messing things up now. The auction's starting. Before the auction begins, allow us to reveal our special item for today. 18 years ago, Japan fell into a crisis. We were attacked by an enemy, and the Seitei War began. This is an interesting aspect. Like, once again, one of the things I was worried about with Kagurabachi, especially when I first read the chapters as they were coming out, I was worried about its longevity, but I feel like something's gonna happen with this opposing nation. Especially if word gets out that the blades are, like, breakable. And they're starting to be broken, and they're starting to be collected by an individual, I feel like something's going to happen with this external force. Like, it reminds me a lot of the conflict in Final Fantasy VII, where there's, like, a whole other nation out there that was warring. Like, I feel like something's going to pop off with that. Let's see. Despite gathering sorcerers from all over Japan, we're at a disadvantage until the hero, Kurishige Rokuhira, changed everything. Why are you putting Shunichi up for auction? What's he after? What's he planning to do with the enchanted blades? Where are the other swords? How many are in his group? Did he know about me? Why is he here? What are you after? And actually, this is one of my favorite parts of him, too. I do like when we, like, get into Chihiro's head and see, despite his, like, calmer and more focused facade, essentially, deep down, he's still just a sad kid who's, like, overwhelmed by his emotions. Like, I forget how old he's supposed to be, but he's not like an adult. Like, he's not even in his 20s yet. He's still a young kid going through a lot of the trauma and only expressing it in the way that he knows how, which is violence. And seeing him struggle with that and seeing how his brain, which, as his dad said in a previous chapter, is just like his mom, where it's logical and it's focused. Seeing that contrast through Chihiro and seeing how internally he's losing it, but externally he's trying to keep it under control, and seeing the moments like this where it breaks, where he just straight up asks, "Why did you slaughter my father?" That's some good stuff. That's what gets me interested. I like MCs who have internal conflict that ends up reflecting externally through their actions. It's good stuff. It's a complicated little function. It ain't nothing simple and clean. You can't always have it, but I like it. So far, they're cooking. They're cooking. Let's see. The 5 enchanted blades he forged turned the tables of the war. 5. Oh, and the 6th one led our country to victory. Some of you may have even witnessed its overwhelming strength on the battlefield. Why? Chihiro Rokuhira, here's your answer, as well as a declaration of war. The enchanted blade, known as the Shinuchi. After tonight, 18 years, this masterpiece will be unleashed once again. Oh, that's right, this twist here. It's all so that I can wield the Shinuchi. Putting it up for auction is part of the plan. That's why we've been helping the Sazanami clan so often lately. We had to make sure that the Rakusachi auction will go off without a hitch. Yeah, we have yet. I really hope we get a more elaborate display of this battle here. We have yet to really see Shiba cook. He's he's been hyped up to be strong, like the strongest strong. Like he's up there with Kazumi in particular. Like those two specifically at Soga. Like, ooh, wait a minute. Maybe it was just the task force here, but with those two there, I think I'm in dire straits. I'm very interested to finally see Shiba cook a little bit. So let's see it. Let's see. You've been helping them? How does auctioning the Shinichi let him wield it? And even if he does eventually gain control, what does he want with it? Presumably, if I had to guess, if I had to take a shot in the dark about the leader of the Isaku's plans, it's probably just to get it in the hands of the government and let them reconnect the blade with his original wielder, let the original wielder out of his cage so he can be... and then take control. Because once again, the Shinichi can't be wielded right now because of the eternal contract on it. Just like Enten can't be wielded. But unfortunately, while it seems like the Hisaku are powerful, even their leader can't just run through the government, apparently. Let's see. There's no point in thinking about it. The details don't matter. Everything they've done so far is crooked. It's true. I can't let them. You won't get away with this. You get it, don't you? Enchanted blades don't choose people. Anyone can enslave them. All the more reason to stop you. Well, and I'll give Chihiro credit. The man, it's typical shonen stuff. That's the thing. It's typical shonen stuff. But the fact that he's in a scenario like this and he's still talking big, he's still moving with motion, like, I gotta put respect on it. He's sweating buckets though, which is nice. Why haven't you slaughtered me already? You're still too green to harvest. You're relying on the cloud gouger, but it isn't much of a threat anymore. Try and fight all you want. Your situation is getting worse. There's nothing you can do, so why don't we take our time and have a little chat? What? You don't mind, right? I'm curious to see what's grown from the seeds of hatred I sowed all those years ago. Yeah, so once again, I'm interested. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested to see how this story ends up tackling Chihiro's hatred and how much of a positive or negative that's going to end up being in the long run. If it's something that ends up serving him as it has so far, for something that's going to get in his way, that's going to be an interesting setup. And specifically, he's too green to harvest, which implies that he's very specifically looking for something. The leader of the Isaku, what's his name? I'm going to keep forgetting his name. But the leader of the Isaku, he's very specifically looking for something from Chihiro that seemingly only Chihiro can produce. And it's likely the ability to produce more Mystic Blades, if I had to hazard a guess. It's something like that, and or just becoming a challenge. Who knows? Maybe this guy is similar to Soga, where he's like, I just want to achieve the pinnacle. I want to further understand and reach levels beyond. But I don't know. I feel like Soga was introduced when he was to be a very specific type of antagonist. I feel like his role has already been served in the narrative. Let's see. The Rakuzachi auction has only just begun. We have all the time we want. I won't bore you. I have a lot to tell you, after all. For example, what would happen when your father passed away? Shut up! You're gonna pay. They need to be stopped. Locked in. I see it. Those blades are special to me. Anyone can enslave them. You just started to use it. No. I was by your side the entire time. Yes! I won't let you die like this. May, die as mine, at my side. Shred. Locked in. Alright. So this is the big thing. Man, this one, the only sad thing I don't like about adding more weekly or monthly or bi-weekly mangas to the roster. Now I'm back on the ground. I'm itching for it. Now I need more. I ate all of Kagurabachi today. It was scrumdiddlyumptious, but now I want more. But with that being the case, I'm interested to see how he's going to Susume. Like, he says die, so I think he expects the blade to run out of energy. But, like, I wouldn't be shocked if he ends up absorbing it, becoming, like, a conduit for it. Because something special about Chihiro and his family. Notably, it was only his father who figured out how to make mystic blades. The whole Soga arc is about how Soga was trying to figure out how to do it himself. Forge that blade with that special material, but he could never do it. So something that's clearly special about this family line. And it likely has something to do with the ability to imbue these blades magically. So I wonder if he's going to manifest something unique unto his own in terms of combining with the blades. Almost on some, like, Final Getsuga Tensho type beat, where he ends up literally becoming one with the blade and sort of absorbs its abilities into himself. And interesting, he's using Shred with Cloud Gouger, which is typically the ability of N10. So I wonder how he's going to apply that. And is that Black Lightning? Oh, he's going to cook. But, ladies and gentlemen, dare I say, the chapter is worthy. Honestly, it's nice. It's like we got big reveals this chapter. Leader of the Hisaku, obviously, the idea that the leader of Hisaku does not want Chihiro gone just yet. He specifically is expecting stuff from Chihiro. Shiba's still fighting. It isn't cooked, which is good. There's a lot of good stuff that's coming out of this one. I'm excited for next chapter to finally see Chihiro maybe dive into the true potential of the blades that he wields and possibly even become one with them. So overall, a W chapter. But if you made all the way to the end of this review, all two of you, because, like, I don't know, I'm not sure. Really not sure how this video is going to. Like, every time I add a new series, I'm always iffy on it. But if you made all the way to the end of this video, please leave. I'm not going to. You know what? Leave "The Blade Is Me." Leave "The Blade Is Me" in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that the notification bell so you not miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You'll also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks will include the live reactions to every other series I review, free reactions of all my videos, and if you become a $25 Patreon, $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also, I do happen to have a Ko-Fi link down below where for $25. You can do a one-time video request, or you can just leave a one-time donation for your boy to really help a brother out. But regardless, thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is Zach with a pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our $3 members: Kleiner Plays, Greyhound, Kids Void, Astro, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, G Prosper, Paris Arnold, King Sukuna, and NMA. I'd like to give a thank you to our $5 patrons: Steron, Sean, Owexian, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin Encarnacion, Josh Brown, John Malcolm, and Igneal Lynn. And I'd like to give another thank you to our $7 member, Autumn Mornings Lazo. And I'd like to give a big old thank you to our $10 members, Robbie Uchiha and Jay Warrior. And I'd like to give another big old thank you to our $10 patrons, Panda Goat, Joaquin Munoz, and Idemo Kami. And finally, I'd like to give a big, hefty gargantuan thank yous to our $25 patron, China Doll 09. I'd like to give another gargantuan toe-curling slobbanaba dabba dabba thank you to our $25 patron, Calvin Elder.